This is attorney Andy Marcantel and attorney Marc J. Victor. We are the Attorneys for Freedom, and you, my friends, are listening to the Peace Radicals podcast. How the heck are you, Marc?
I'm absolutely fantastic, man. It's another awesome day on the planet Earth.
And we got an excellent guest here from a very, very far away place. Let's waste no further time and let's get Mr. Jacek Spendel in the chat. He is the president of Liberty International, which he's going to tell you all about in a second. It's how we know him. It's how Marc established contact with him. And he's a wonderful mind, a wonderful freedom advocate. Jacek, how you doing, my friend?
Hello, Andy. Hello, Marc. It is an honor and pleasure to be here at the Live and Let Live studios, or in Chandler, Arizona. I come, as you said, from Poland, so quite a big distance to Arizona, but I love coming back here. It's, I don't know, maybe visit number 9 or number 10 in Arizona. I come here very often, and I think there will be an occasion to discuss this. But I'm first time at the Peace Radical show, and I'm actually also a member of Live and Let Live Poland, and I support very deeply the concept, 3L concept. I really like the idea of spreading the notion of peace, connecting liberty and peace together. And I very much agree with the notion that non-aggression principle is obviously number one, but how do we live our lives also matter a lot. How do we use freedom that we all shall have matters a lot. What kind of humans are we matters a lot. And Live and Let Live is conveying this message. So I want to be part of it as much as I can. So great job, and I'm excited to be your guest today.
Awesome. Hey, what's Liberty International all about? You want to talk about that?
Yeah, definitely. Liberty International is pretty old organization, actually. One of the oldest in the United States spreading libertarianism, because it was started back in 1969 under a different name, Society for Individual Liberty. And it's a purely, I would say, libertarian organization that focuses on education, on spreading ideas of freedom, especially in less fortunate countries, and especially for newcomers, people who are new to libertarian ideas. We are not in public policy. We are teaching people on what is free society, what are the important elements of free society, what is this libertarianism all about. And recently, this is something that I am quite proud about, we also try to teach them about how to apply these principles in your life, in the personal lives of each one of us. And we have a number of projects with this World Conference being the oldest one. First one, 1982, Zurich, Switzerland. And the most recent one in beautiful Medellin, Colombia. That's from where Maria Alejandra, Executive Director of Live and Let Live, is from. And Marc was there. He was one of our speakers. We had a fantastic conference. These conferences happen regularly, every year, of course, excluding some years like 2020 when COVID did not allow. So we have Project Arizona, something that brought me here, something that I'm doing since 2017. This is the 5th edition of Project Arizona. We have students from all over the planet coming here to Phoenix to not only live through these principles of liberty, but experience it. Arizona is still relatively one of the freest places in the world. And through internships, through education, through networking meetings, volunteering, they can feel it. And the passion for liberty, and when the passion can be realized in this place, Arizona is a perfect place to realize your passion, to meet similar thinking people, to see that some of these ideas are actually implemented and you see results with naked eye. This is what drives us, and this is what I'm very passionate about. I love coming back here, especially in winter when the weather is perfect. We have liberty camps all over the world. These are typically 5-6 day long camps where we discuss ideas of liberty with newcomers, young people, usually teenagers. And this is where they actually can train or polish their English language. This is also a great opportunity for them to have a conversations in this language that is now lingua franca, the most spoken language in the, maybe not the most in terms of numbers, but it's I would say the most important language. So Liberty Camps, the conference, I mentioned Project Arizona, but we also have this brand new project that I very much love, and I want to say something about it. It's Libertarian Solutions Project. It's an online course that we just started the second edition of Libertarian Solutions Friday, January 7th, but it's still possible. People can join it. This is something designed to empower people about actual solutions they can implement in their own lives to become freer and more prosperous. And we have 4 pillars. We talk about mental issues, how to get away of your own traps that your mind has against it of you. We talk about financial freedom, things like precious metals, cryptocurrencies, and so on and so forth. We talk about health, because Marc would agree, I'm sure, good health is something we need to live longer. And you want to be free. You want to be free for a longer period of time. You want to be healthy, free person, right?
That's right.
And we also talk about, we call it global citizenship. So all these opportunities we are having right now in 21st century, we often, as freedom lovers, we often complain about government taking our liberties slice by slice. That's actually true. We complain about taxes. Of course they are too high. But there are amazing opportunities this world is giving us in terms of travel, in terms of, getting second passport, different kind of residence. You can use internet to have a company in Singapore, even if you live in Arizona or if you live in Colombia, wherever, Poland. There are fantastic opportunities this world offers to us.
Oh, it's the best time
and
to be alive.
And we just need to grab these opportunities. We talk about these things because this is modeled after Harry Brown, this famous libertarian author of few books, but one of them, How I Found Freedom in an Unfree World. I was deeply inspired with this book. It basically says that we might not be able to win majority of hearts and minds in this world, especially politicians. Collectivism is very popular. I wish we can win this battle, of course, and we should try to win this battle. But at the end, you have only one life. You can do really quite a lot to liberate yourself, even though these guys in government are doing bad stuff. This world, as you said, Andy, we live in the best times, right? It was never so, I would not say easy, but approachable to gather more freedoms and prosperity and wealth and so on and so forth. So right now is the best time to grab these things and without looking at government. Or there are people, different thinkers. I think Jordan Peterson is one of them who say, you want to change the world? First, make up your room. So I would say, you want to make a world a place of liberty? First, maximize liberty in your life. Maximize liberty in your lifetime.
As Michael Jackson said, start with the man in the mirror, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I totally agree with that.
As Stephen Covey said, focus on your own sphere of influence.
That's right. That's right. First off, how do people, if they're interested in learning more about Liberty International, where do they go to find out more about some of these projects that you just talked about?
They go to website, liberty-intl.org. They go to Facebook, Individual Liberty International. Sorry, it took me longer. They go to Twitter, they go to Instagram, and they just search Liberty International. I said facebook.com/individual liberty international. It is because our name before, that's important to mention, was different. We changed the name around 10 years ago. Earlier, we were named ISIL.
Yeah, unfortunate little acronym there, yes.
That is why we changed it. It stands for International Society for Individual Liberty.
Right.
And we had this name for a very, very long time, for decades. Many people still associate us with this name. I like the name, but it's quite long. And it actually found this bad connotation when the crazy Muslim state started their activities big scale. It was not called ISIS. I'm sure you remember it was called ISIL, Islamic State of something and Levant, right?
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, and we got a lot of hate mail.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
You know, you made
they
a really...
thought we are that ISIL.
I love the point that you made about this is the best time ever to be alive. And I think a lot of people sometimes especially the freedom crowd, right? They get discouraged because they feel like, hey, you know, we're not getting everything that we want. And there are aspects of the world right now that are maybe moving in the wrong direction. But, you know, even if you factor all that in, there's never been a better time to be alive. There is no time. And again, this is true whether you are a white male like me or whatever color your skin is or wherever you're from. This is the best time. If you could get into a time machine and travel back and go to a different time, you wouldn't, because this is the best time to be alive. And so we're all very, very lucky to be in this situation that we're in right now. As you point out, yeah, you can open up a business in Singapore while you're living in Poland, and it's just tremendous, the things that are happening. And so, you know, I see this as an awesome opportunity. There's never been a better time to spread information around the world. Look at what we're doing here. We're putting a podcast together. The three of us can get together, and anybody in the world with an internet connection or who can get to a Starbucks or some kind of coffee house or some Wi-Fi somewhere in the world can download and listen to this show, and we can say whatever we want on this show. And so there's never been a time like this. So we need to seize this opportunity. In fact, I know a lot of people are upset because of the corona situation in the United States. The Republicans are upset. This party has pretty much crumbled. I don't know what the Republicans stand for anymore. So have the Democrats. I don't know what they stand for, and everybody's in disarray. You couldn't set the stage better to start a new movement like the Live and Let Live movement than it is right now. That's why I'm really excited about it. And I look forward every year to see Jacek come to the firm from Poland. I remember when I first found out about Jacek, I got a call from somebody, and I was told, oh, there's this guy from Poland, and he's bringing people to Arizona, and he's a freedom guy. And I thought, a freedom guy in Poland? Probably not. But let me talk to him. But, you know, as I got to know Jacek over the years, this is a real hardcore pro-freedom guy. He really understands what it is we're talking about. He understands Live and Let Live. He understood it the first time I talked to him. And now there's a very active chapter in Poland pushing Live and Let Live. It's exciting how we're connecting the world. I mean, here we are sitting with my good friend now, Jacek from Poland, and we're literally connecting the world with the Live and Let Live movement. And I feel like I've got a community of friends all over the world. We had our meeting this past Saturday, and there were people there from Africa and Poland and Portugal and just all over the place. It's really turned into a very nice community. So I want to thank you for everything that you're doing. I love Project Arizona. We take an intern every single year. We always get a great person. I wish I could take more than one. And I feel like we've built some really tremendous relationships over the years. So thank you for everything that you're doing.
Absolutely. You always send us quality people over, as our interns from Project Arizona. We love them.